Hello, my name is Arad Carranza, and I'm going to be talking and summarizing the chapter number 1, the science of biology. This whole chapter is about the relation between the science and biology. It begins with showing us what science is. Science is defined as a way of gathering and analyzing information about the natural world. It can be a way of thinking and also a way of knowing. One of the main goals of science is to provide us some explanations for events of the natural world, and also to use those explanations to understand patterns in the natural world and make useful predictions for natural events. We can see that the heart of the science is the scientific methodology. The scientific methodology is a process that involves observing and asking questions as we infer hypotheses and we conduct controlled experiments. And by making those experiments, we can obtain data and analyze it. And based on that data, we can draw conclusions. In this chapter is also shown the different attitudes that a good scientist needs to have. Curiosity, skepticism, open-mindedness, and creativity are one of the main attitudes that a good scientist needs to have. It also shows that a lot of scientific problems came from practical problems that we can suffer along our lives. In this chapter is also explained the role that technology plays in the development of this science. It also shows how science, technology, and society are closely linked, because new discoveries in science can help us to develop more technology that then will help scientists to get new information and data. In this chapter is also shown how we can communicate our results of our experiments and our investigations, and how we can review and share our ideas. Something really important in the scientific community is the peer review. The peer review is when you send your work to an anonymous expert, so he or she can give you some advice and its honest opinion. Publishing peer-reviewed articles in the scientific community allows researchers to share ideas and test and evaluate each other's work. It also shows what the real meaning of theory in science is. In science, the word theory applies to a well-tested explanation, unifies a broad range of observation. Hypothesis enables scientists to make accurate predictions and new solutions. Here in the chapter number 1, it also explains the relation between science and the society. Using science in the context of the society is important because we need to understand the context of science in the society and its limitations. Something really common in the relation between science and the society are the bias. The bias are like a particular preference or point of view that is personal rather than scientific. Biology, as we know, is the study of the living things. And we can observe that living things share different characteristics. The main characteristics of the living things are that they are made up of cells, they are based on a universal genetic code, that is the DNA, and they obtain and use materials and energy. Also, they grow and develop over time. They reproduce in a sexual or sexual way. They respond to their environment. They also maintain a stable internal environment and the changes that overcomes in time. It also shows the different fields of biology and how they are a combination of overlapping fields that uses different tools to study life from something as small as the molecules to something as huge as the planet.